You do loads of different kinds of gigs and stuff. I gig all over the place. It's good. I did a gig last year in Cambridge University, right? And now I don't know if anyone's been to Cambridge University, but just go and visit it, right? Because it is Hogwarts, right? It's amazing. It's the poshest place I have ever been in my life. Some of the students in Cambridge are so posh that there's not even a word for how posh they are, right? There's just a noise. And the noise is... Now, I'm not having a go at them properly, right? But so posh, it's almost a disability. And I mean that in the nicest possible, you know what I mean? Just kind of, I know it's a bit harsh, but like, I did this gig, right? It was me and my mate, he's called Greg Davies. He plays the really tall headmaster from the In-Betweeners, right? We were standing on the side of the riverbank. We'd done this gig for the students at Cambridge, right? We're standing there, and we're quite drunk and we're quite annoyed. And when I'm in a place like that, when I'm in a really posh situation, I don't know, the working class side of us just wants to destroy it. Do you know what I mean? I really want to ruin it. Like, there's a little Geordie fairy, a little working class Geordie fairy who lives on my shoulder, and he gets annoyed, right? We're walking into Cambridge, he went, "What are you doing here? Steal everything? Steal everything, put it in the back of your car, do donuts on the lawn and put a scratch card on the way home." He was trying to drag us back down, right? We were standing on the riverbank, me and Greg just standing there, had a few drinks, we'd done the gig all night. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. The Cambridge students had been on a free bar all night. This is how posh they were. None of them were unconscious, none of them were eating kebabs, none of them were fingering each other. I was furious, right? You know what they were doing? 6:30 in the morning after a free bar all night? They were punting along the river. What are you doing? Some of them were punting, and the ones who weren't actually driving, or whatever it is, I don't know how you say it, propelling the punt, they were lying on blankets eating cheese, right? The Geordie was furious. He dropped his chips and everything. There was garlic sauce all down my shoulder. He was furious, right? We spotted this guy. He was standing on the front of his punt. He drew our attention because a punt doesn't move very fast. Punt probably moves about that fast. Not very fast at all. It's just propelled with a stick. But there was one lad on the front, as posh as anything, Cambridge lad, on the front of the punt, just staring off into his nautical future. Right? "I'm discovering new worlds, father." It was... Greg Davies went, "He looks like a bit of a bellend." I went, "Yes, he really does." It was confirmed he was a bellend because Bellend's mate came next to us and shouted at him, right? He wasn't called Bellend. That would have been the greatest night of my life, right? He was called Greg as well, but it was pronounced Gregory! Gregory's mate went, "Gregory! Gregory! Foxhorn turned round straight away. "Gregory!" He went, "Greg, are we going into the food tent for some breakfast?" Gregory went, "No! No bloody way! Drinks tent all morning! Bloody Marys all round! Bloody Marys! Hi, diddly-dee! A sailor!" It was unbelievable. It was ridiculous. Greg went, "It's confirmed. He's a weapons-grade bellend." I went, "Yes." We followed this guy into this tent, right? And you know, we're a bit drunk. I was a little bit bad. I was a little bit upset for what we did. We sort of bullied the lad a little bit. But I'm only telling you about it because he was amazing, the kid, right? He was just bulletproof, right? Greg stood one side of him, I stood the other. Greg went, "What do you want to drink, Chris?" Right? He was already ordering loads of Bloody Marys, this kid. Greg went, "What do you want to drink, Chris?" I went, "Dunno, Greg, maybe a Bloody Mary?" The lad wasn't really bad. He sort of moved a little bit of interest. Greg went, "Yeah, but I don't even know what's in a Bloody Mary." All right, it's not the best bullying I've ever been part of, right? We're warming up, right? We're getting there. "I don't know what's in a Bloody Mary." 6'8" of Greg Davies just leant over this kid and an inch from his face screamed, "I don't know what's in a Bloody Mary." Was he intimidated? No. He turned to Greg and went, "Vodka, tomato, Tabasco, pepper." Turned back round. I nearly exploded, right? It was he intimidated? No, he gave him a recipe, for God's sake. It was phenomenal. I was out of the game. I couldn't breathe. The best bit was because when he said pepper, he enunciated his P so perfectly that he did an involuntary arm spasm, right? Pepper, like that. And he punched one of his Bloody Marys over, and it covered the thing. I was going... Greg hadn't had enough. It was amazing to watch. Greg went into that mode of the headmaster from that show. He went into the mode, he went, "You stupid boy. Look at that. Look at all that crap on there. Look at what you've done. There's none of that shit in that glass anymore, is there? Eh? That's not a Bloody Mary anymore, is it?" Was the lad intimidated? Still not. He turned to Greg and went, "No, it's a bloody mess."
You're in for an absolute treat. Please welcome to the stage, Kerry Godliman! Are you well? Good, good. This is very nice. This is lovely. I've been enjoying my job this month because I've had loads of rubbish jobs in my life. You know, jobs where you look forward to having a piss. I've had loads of those, or really rubbish jobs where you just piss yourself. You're so depressed, you can't move. But I got my hair done as well for the Fringe. I thought, get your roots done, Kel. It's a special event. I went to the salon. I was ages in the salon, hours and hours. When she'd finished, she blow dried it, and I said, "What have we achieved? What have we actually achieved, Wendy?" And she said, "That's sun-kissed. It's like the sun has kissed your hair." I said, "Wendy, I've been here nearly 4 hours and it's going to cost me the best part of 80 quid. I'd rather look chemically fisted." We don't have long together, so I'll do what I wanted to do in bullet points. I love bullet points because they really move things along, don't they, bullet points? Sometimes I read over my old teenage diary and I think, this could have been pacier. With bullet points. School, sexual despair, anguish, achy tits. Bosh. So I'm here with my baby, so I'm very tired, you know. It's not my first baby. I've got another one in the car. It's an interesting thing being pregnant because you learn lots of things. You know, you expand, not only physically, emotionally. And I learned some things about myself, and I learned some new words, and I learned some maths that I didn't know before. Like the maths bit, everybody knows it takes approximately 9 months to cook a human. But when you do it, I don't know why, but you have to talk about it in weeks. And that used to bug me before I had kids. It's quite annoying when you say to someone, "How pregnant are you?" And they go, "Well, I'm 28 weeks. And you think, "Well, do I look like Johnny Ball? You round it up." That's what we invented months for, isn't it? To contain and label weeks. That's where we keep weeks. And it doesn't stop when the kid's born. Then it's all about months and not years. So you're like, "Oh, how old is Flim Flam?" And they go, "Well, Flim Flam is 19 months. And you're like, "Well, Flim Flam's about 1.5. This isn't a test." I'm not that hung up on age accuracy, to be honest. I don't go around saying I'm 427 months old, do I? Round it up. I haven't made a lot of friends at toddler group, if I'm entirely honest with you. They do tend to back away from me down there as I approach in my burqa. "Hello, love, you all right? How old's Flim Flam?" Flim Flam. So I do exaggerate quite a lot in my show. I confess to that. I think all comedians exaggerate a little bit, don't they? It's a sort of comedic conceit to use exaggeration. And women are very good at it. We're very good at exaggerating. We're much better than blokes at it. We're about 14 billion times better than most blokes at it. Women are very good at slightly overreacting to arguably trivial things. That's something we've got the edge of. Like, you know when a woman puts her hand in her handbag to find her purse, but doesn't immediately find her purse. She's like, "Oh my God, I've lost my bloody purse. I'm gonna have to cancel all of my car." "Hang on, I found it, sorry. Found it, just overreacted, sorry." Or if we park the car in a car park and we don't find it straight away, we're like, "Someone's hit the car! Someone's hit the car, Dave! Call the police now, it ain't here!" "Oh, it's there, sorry, it's there. Someone must have moved it." We make that noise quite a lot. I make that noise all the time. I make that noise when I'm in the car with my husband and he's driving and I'm like, he goes, "What?" I said, "I've forgotten my lipstick." He said, "I thought I killed a bloody child." It's just such a good noise though, isn't it? "Let's get a pizza." One thing women don't exaggerate about, ever, is a bargain. That's something women don't exaggerate. We're very excited about bargains. If you compliment a woman on something she's wearing, she will tell you how much it cost, down to the penny. It's like, "Oh, I like your top. Yeah, $10.99, Topshop, check it." You don't want to know, but you get told. It's like Tourette's. It just comes out of our mouth. No, "I like your trousers. Yeah, $24.99, H&M. Believe. Listen, I framed the receipt over here. It's above the fireplace." Look at that. I only paid £4 for that frame. £4. Despite the ethics of this, everybody knows nowadays if you've paid next to nothing for a high street garment, it is probable that someone might have suffered somewhere along the line. But no one gives a shit when they're boasting about a bargain, do they? They're like, "Oh, Jean, I love your beaded ball gown, love." "Yeah, a child with bleeding digits sewed on every sequin. 20 quid!" Can't beat a bargain, can you? So, that's. I'll leave you with that. You've been absolutely delightful. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Take care. Goodbye.